What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back with another video. So this video we're gonna be talking about Japanese girls, right? Japanese. Everybody wants a Japanese girl. You know, it's kind of funny. There weren't many people that were into Korean girls until K-pop became really popular. It's kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny to me how pop culture has such a tremendous influence on the world, on how other people perceive another group of people. You know, so let's talk about why. First of all, I'm going to explain to you why I say forget about Japanese girls and do this other thing instead. Because growing up, like everybody else, I always thought that, I wanted to go to Japan, get myself a Japanese girl, do all that, and have children in Japan. But that could be changing. Okay, so first of all, one of the main reasons why you guys want a Japanese girl is because of anime. Okay, is because of anime, right? And that's how it starts. And hey, I don't think it's weird. I mean, back then in the 90s and 2000s, if you had told somebody that, it could have been weird, because especially since the way Americans used to perceive Asians, right? They thought that if you were into Asian women, you were like a weirdo or something, or like you were like, I don't know, you were considered weird. But now that's different. It's different now. But one of the main reasons why, or you know what it is, a lot of men actually want an Asian girl, but they can't find it because there's really not enough of them in America, unless you go to California, unless you go to New York City, or like someplace in Chinatown. And even in the Chinatowns, it's not guaranteed that you're going to find one. So I'm going to explain to you why it may not be worth it to pursue a Japanese girl as a girlfriend or wife in the future. And again, this is just, you don't have to listen to me, but I'm just telling you why it may not be worth it. Okay, so first of all, there's a tremendous English barrier. Now, the English barrier can be overcome. You can trespass the English barrier with a translator. And now we have like translation technology that is much faster than ever before, right? But I mean, do you really want to pull out your Google Translate every time you want to say something to your girlfriend? I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem very I think it would be a very strange relationship. The problem is that the Japanese, they don't put a lot of effort into learning English. I have found that the Koreans and the Chinese and Thai people from Thailand, they spend more time and energy learning English than any other group of people, any other group of Asians. Koreans and Chinese. You go to Korea, many of them actually speak English. Very good English. But Japan, for some reason, despite of how popular anime is, they don't put a lot of energy into learning English. And also, I think it's because of the Japanese language. It's difficult for them to learn English. That's why many of them come to America or England to learn English. Because in Japan, I think the Japanese, they only have about like 7 or 8 syllables, as to in English you have like 20 different syllables, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So the language barrier is a huge thing, and there could be a lot of misunderstandings with the language barriers. Again, either you speak Japanese or she speaks English. And for you to learn Japanese, depending how much time you put into it, it could take you many years. Some people take 5 years learning Japanese fluently. I don't know if you want to spend that much time. So the second reason is that feminism in Japan has really ruined the culture. Okay, now, obviously, feminism has not spread in Japan as the same level as it has in America, in England, in Canada, in Western culture, well, in Western countries, and in some parts of Latin America. It has not spread so much, but it's there. It exists, is there. And now that the American entertainment industry is trying to get a hold of, Japanese anime, it's probably gonna get even worse now. there's already, there's already Japanese women saying that they don't want to marry Japanese men, right? They want to marry a man that's like, they only want chads. They only want chads. Now, obviously, this is not every Japanese woman, but it sure is becoming like that. Is becoming like that. I mean, here in the West, in America, you've seen those podcasts, right? You've seen those podcasts, like the whatever podcast, Fresh and Fit, where you have like these girls that they're like they're like absolute degenerates, but they want a millionaire with a six pack and a 6 inch thing down there, and he has to be handsome, everything, fly her on a helicopter and pay her $300 dinner, right? It's That's a feminist mentality, that men should do all these things for women and that women do not have to bring much. That mentality is slowly infecting Japanese girls, right? Again, not completely, not 100%, but it's growing. It is growing. And you might have to go outside of Tokyo to meet a girl that's not so, that has that feminist mentality. Okay, so it is ruining Japanese culture. Even in a country like Japan, where it's really more affordable to live, the Japanese still don't want to have children. Well, more specifically, the Japanese girls don't want to have children. Let's put it that way. Now, the third reason is that Japan is a dying country and the leaders will not fix it. Similar to America, in a way, similar. A lot of these politics, I know that Shinzo Abe was a good politician in Japan, but many of our politicians in America, they know what the problem is, they just don't want to fix it. In Japan, they know what the problem is, they just don't want to fix it, right? So their leaders are kind of ruining Japan. They're ruining Japan. The pricing is also the word, the work life in Japan. The Japanese are still working like they're like in the 1950s, and it's because of these boomers. It always comes back to the boomers, right? So the Japanese work so much that they don't have time to date. The Japanese work so much that the government had to make more holidays. A law that forces companies to give people more free time to go out and get out of work. Spend time outside of work. And the Japanese are so addicted to their job that they don't use that time off. They don't use their 2 weeks vacation. They don't use their 3 weeks vacation. And the reason why is because they feel guilty. They feel guilty that they left their work. That they're so identified with their job that they rather not take a vacation. Right? And then of course, I learned this from David Bonnis, an influencer, many years ago, that because a lot of things in Japan close like at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, even when people get out of work, you probably won't be able to spend a lot of time with them because everybody goes out and catches the train. Everybody takes the train, right? So by the time they get out of work, they might not have enough time to to spend time with you because they gotta go and catch the train, or they gotta go to bed right away. It's it's kind of crazy. So it's kind of difficult. And as somebody that has gone to Japan, I can tell you that if you don't catch the train before midnight in Japan, then you're probably gonna get stuck somewhere. You're going to have to pay a very expensive taxi. Let's just say that. Very expensive taxi. So I gave you 3 reasons why, to forget about Japanese girls, why it might not be worth it, no matter how much you like anime or the culture. Because I still love the culture. I still love Tokyo. Tokyo's a great place to go. So what should you do? So see, what many guys want is not necessarily just specifically a Japanese girl. What many guys want is just an Asian girl. They just want an Asian girl, right? So you can still do it, but you're gonna have to go to another place that's not Japan. There is Thailand. Thailand has become a popular destination. Vietnam, Cambodia, Korea, they speak English, a lot of English over there. China has become a cyberpunk city. Okay, Indonesia, They have great development there. The Philippines, great development. There's so many options nowadays that I wonder why are guys still so obsessed with Japanese girls. Because I can understand if you're like 18, you're watching anime, early 20s, or but once you get older, I still see a lot of dudes still obsessed with like the whole idea of being with a Japanese girl. I mean, you could still just find yourself an Asian girl. Get an Asian girl from many parts of Asia that can look just as good as the Japanese girls, or sometimes even better. Even better. Okay, so go to the Philippines. I like the Philippines. A lot of guys like to go to Thailand, Vietnam, go to Korea, go to China. China has become such an amazing destination. Cyberpunk cities, you know, and now they're welcoming a lot of people over there. So, yeah, man. So forget about Japanese girls. Forget about Japanese girls and just go to another Asian country. Get yourself a Asian girl. Now, here's what I recommend. Here's what I recommend. Do not get one here in America. Do not get one here in America. What you're going to do is you're gonna go take a trip to Asia, like Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Korea. You're gonna go there and explore and find a way to stay there for like a month or two, right? Maybe save up a couple of $1,000s and get a girl while you're there. Do not get an Asian girl here in America, because they buy into the whole feminist idea. Go to Asia, get yourself an Asian girl over there. That's the best way to do it. So I'm gonna end the video right there. I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope that I have maybe inspired you, or like help you see beyond the anime eyes, help you see beyond Japan, beyond the Japanese girls, that there's a bigger world out there. So whatever your thoughts are, comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification. Guys, it's your boy Andy Matrix. Godspeed.